Hey YouTube! I'm sorry, my name is k.k.a.t and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. Now the last time we had a lot of information to absorb, a lot of story information. Now, this program called Gaia, a true AI, was designed to take out the Pharaoh Plague. Now if you don't remember, the Pharaoh Plague is all the robots eating all the organics. That's the simplified version of it. But Gaia would have these functions in place to, number one, figure out the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague. Number two, she would make these robots to reconstitute the Earth. Now, with that said, she did a very good job. But with all good things, there is always going to be a cloud. The Eclipse are in this facility with us. Now, without further ado, let's begin. I plan on blasting all these people with my machine gun.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations.
Thank you.
I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
So I have a huge question. What's that, crazy lady? Well, this question, it's a good one. How come Project Zero Dawn didn't go as planned? Like, there should have... We aren't controlling the terraforming system. It seems like we don't know what happened. We just know that we hunt machines and use their parts. But we don't have the culture. We don't have the knowledge. Why did it go wrong? Encapsulated data. What? Blah blah, to Elizabeth Sobek. And the winner is encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, performing an exhaustive review of data, storage solutions, magnetic, optical, quantum, even the eternal tech that FAS has shilling a year or so ago, but every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold up to 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize. Of course, to start, we need to select the inert material in which we embed the molecules We're already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design to fabricate in power systems in sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 years or more. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as a hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time. Peace be with you, Samina. She's the project head, I think. But, like, I don't... How do you encode DNA? Like, are they actually encoding DNA to hold all the information? That's interesting. Quite cool. Another email. Let's read it. Samina again to Elizabeth Sobek. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of Homer Archive from Far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up a bit ahead of schedule due to the falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attended curricula development about to begin. Speaking of heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with the trust in Aristotle Aspasia persona. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina. It's sad. That's really sad. They brought everyone here to engage.
Fight or run.
I have a Deathbringer gun as well, assholes.
Get ready for the
That's the last of them. Alone once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
I hope so. I'm exploring for a reason. Wonder if this is openable. Too bad I can't touch it. It's glowing like it's openable, but it's a liar. What should have been a cave of wonders. You're right. Silence. I really don't like this guy. I don't trust him. But maybe he's trustable. Like, he's been helping me this entire time. But what if he betrays the fuck out of me? I don't know his life. His goals. Is any of this touchable? No? Looking for information about the past of this game, but nothing appears to be coming along. So maybe I'll climb up this ladder to touch this cultist's body and get some magical mushrooms that are so tasty. Okay. Cultist. No one here. Oh, there's something. Found something. It's an audio log. Perfect.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory.
How about the fact we exist
My
at all?
name is General Aaron
To
Harris.
abide in ignorance is
From 2060 to 20...
You of all people should know that.
Yeah, but could you not interrupt a audio log? Thanks. Silence your fucking dick. I didn't get to hear any of what you said.
Hey!
Maybe next time you could shut up, Silence.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty and... It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth.
That's
and
sad.
My one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are...
Yay. My controller died. No reason, just died. I thought it was at full battery, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was the end of the audio log anyway, so I guess it ended at the right time. Come on. Motherfucker. Motherfucker!
My turn.
Continuing on.
Welcome to Hades. Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol. The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what the... what? Just
Yeah, that's...
plumb crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. And what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do. Which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay.
So, yeah, that
not
makes
burn,
sense.
More like reverse terraforming operations and suffocated. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one. Blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades.
Travis
Pretty badass
sucks.
when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial.
No!
All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal.
We don't need
welcome
this!
To Hades.
We don't need this!
Welcome to the void.
We're fine!
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
Yeah.
How does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Okay, we'll read more, see what the heck Hades is all about. I mean, we understand Hades. Hades is pretty simple. So, Tate here just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out Goldilocks' solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10-12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degraded Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too, so that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business. So had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control in a simulation after simulation. Hades would take command of the terraform system and reverse operations, only have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Snaky, I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just a simulated plant life. I am sorry. Just after listening to that guy, I switched to that mode. And it's Travis just, speaking. So, another email from Travis Tate. Color me confounded, Lizzie Bashkor. Any who says that old TT code to Bashkor is straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with the commercialized razzle-dazz. Nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Cetarium runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds, hand to God and swear on my mama's grave, and she was religious. So, I feel like Tate just speaks to the email system, and it just types for him. He's literally just talking to a computer, and that's how it's writing. Nah, that ain't Bashkor blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music. 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal theme stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen. Oh heck, just come within 15 meters of the lab. It ain't no Bashkor you see, or hear rather, in the screech that rends the air and feeling the throbbing pulse of the floor. Walls and ceiling swallowing up like you just know trapped in the gullet of a gothic deathfish. Hallelujah! And as for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal, might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vids. Last I heard, we just supposed to be coding Hades down here, and I'm really supposed to be coding Extinction Protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah. I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav. God fucking damn it. Well, I mean, I'm so immersive that I do his fucking accent. And I do it to a fucking T, and I hate it. I hate myself. Well, I don't really hate myself, but that accent just drives me off the wall. I'm gonna have to read another one. No, it's Samina. I don't really get stuck in her accent. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo Archive submission number. The 666th submission in just 5 days, and oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings, inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me, then, to thank you on two counts, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that... Yeah, this is boring. Basically, this girl is saying, fuck your porn. I just... And I mean, his porn sounds disgusting. Travis sounds like a real gentleman.
Looks like
just
the
real
only way
gentleman.
Onwards.
Problem is, if there's people in here, I'll blast them. With my machine gun. Just fill them full of holes. I can always touch that. I'm going to touch this first, though. Hopefully this one's interesting. The ectogenic chambers arriving 2 days ago. I spent at least 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. There's a revelation, astonishing. I don't know what you had to do to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risk of ECMO resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of the FC's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Massive fabrication of the chambers will be present in a number of challenges, but I am confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. I'm assuming this is... So he talked about embryologists, people who specialize in baby things. Fetuses.
Welcome to Eleuthia,
This'll do.
the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it.
But it would be
A
good to...
snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances. But, as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me.
No clones.
The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem, to say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
So, yeah, that's... We should have had a bunch of really smart kids, but we only have tribals. That's wrong.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
But it didn't work. Why? What is this about? 'Tis Dr. Sobek. Development of the artificial persona for the Cradle Servitor's Nurturer Disciplinarian Healer continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing Point 4. So point 4 of the Turing test for these constructs. They should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer persona. I have also attached the reports from instances where a servitor running the mother persona intervened on disciplinarian servitor behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I've attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings in just... So... Mother and father figures were designed for these babies, to care for and teach these babies. Good idea. So, my qualms with this plan is that, from my understanding, the Pharaoh Plague is like a dumbed-down artificial intelligence, right? It's creating robots to eat and to procreate. To eat to procreate. Because they're on a mission to they're a combat droid that needs energy. So they think they're fighting a war. But to combat this combat droid, you're making an AI. It's just another AI. That's just silly. One moment. So, I'm back. Now, my train of thought was, like, they're combating an AI with an AI. What's to say that this next one won't get corrupt? And people would say, that's a slippery slope fallacy. I mean, yeah, it is, but sometimes slippery slopes happen. On to this email. Let me read it. Let's see what this email is about. It's Bocard to Elizabeth Sobek. Elith-01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advanced across Xinjiang. Oh fuck, my Chinese is terrible. Xinjiang? If anyone with Mandarin experience comes along this video, please send a video of it, of the pronunciation of it, because I don't understand it. Ping back from the crucial systems is good for our maiden voyage a success. Regards, my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course I understand we have a limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is a margin for refinement in future cradle populations. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Eleuthia 02 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. So, they made slightly faulty humans in China. Great. Let's continue on. This is a lot of info.
Facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
Probably.
There's only one way to be sure.
But,
The
again...
hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Okay, so, I mean, we're probably gonna go... Oh, the climb. Oh well. Okay. Oh, okay. So Elizabeth Sobek. But we're gonna be in her office in a few minutes. There's no one here. I wish there's more
Like it used to
voice
hold
logs.
Lots would benefit from antilopine morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability. You're a quick study, Gaia. Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event. Oh? And your assessment? Gaia? Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence. And yet, I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience
Good.
a grief
That's good.
that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No.
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
That was baby Gaia. I'm glad she's more human. But Hades...
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit.
That's
There are
sad.
billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Gaia seems nice, but I think my personal feelings is that Gaia is alive, as much as you and I are alive. Gaia is the one that spawned everything in this, I'm assuming, and with that, she's the mother of us all. Well, the mother of all of Horizon Zero Dawn. She thinks, she knows, she recreates. She must, for me, I think she's alive in this game.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is, give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this
That's
point,
sad.
the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To
That's very
ensure
sad.
preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Poor Gaia. I'll call Gaia by a girl. She's basically a girl. Girl name, girl voice. I mean, it's not an it. It thinks. It knows what's right. Even if it's just logical right. That was a terrible animation. Okay, let's go in. Will this be a kill switch? It's email. Let's read. To all alphas. All. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to deport the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo, zygotes, and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Far Zenith was gonna populate one of the stars nearby. It said Sirius. That can't be that nearby. Could you tell me in the comments below? Because my memory is fuzzy on that part. Artemis status. It's coming along this. I'm positive about it. If those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up, negotiating with frozen stews for the samples. So many species trapped in a ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what-ifs, more than 14,000 that were extinct between 2000 and 2043. We've started mapping out primary success, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms, insects, rabbits, hawks, foxes, wolves, thousands more that will have to wait their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There have already been too many too lates. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples were lost there. Well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Lise, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth has a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But not now. Not like this. Not on our watch. So, I think I went to a compromised facility, one of the other main story missions. It had corruptors and people attacked, so yeah. It looks like Zero Dawn is being discovered by the Pharaoh Plague.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
That is a good why. We copying this? We're gonna have to defend this place? I see we are gonna have to defend this place. They're behind.
You need to get
There
out
they
of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Come on. Copied? There that bastard is. Oh no. Yay, he threw a grenade at me. That bastard could go suck a dick. I know you.
Still alive. Good.
Oh,
I have a more
Alucard's
suitable
voice
death in mind
actor?
for you,
Oh my god.
child.
Oh, well, I got my face stomped in. I'm going to that one ring, you know, where they threw a trampler at me. I'm gonna have to get all my stuff back. I think that's where we're gonna end this episode. I hope all you cats enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next video. This is k.k.a.t signing off. Bye.